Today I have come up with a new series where I will take one service, okay, from the cloud offering, and then I will talk about that service, how the services differ in the multiple cloud. So every session I will take one service and I will compare that service between these three clouds. Okay, so let's start. So first we'll talk about the account. So when you create your account into the Azure portal, so by default one domain is assigned to you. Okay, you don't create any new domain initially, right? So for example, if I log in, if I create my account with my Gmail ID, for example, like mct21@gmail.com. So after creating an account into the Azure portal, so there's a new tenant get created, so that it takes the prefix of my email ID, and then after that, in upfront of that, it also attach one on Microsoft.com domain as well along with that. So any account I create, so that account always have a same domain. Okay, so this is and Active Directory is a proprietary of the Microsoft, so that's why they design it. So if you take any service of Microsoft, it comes with the Active Directory default. Now we'll move to the AWS. AWS, if you want to log into the AWS console, then you have two options. So in the one option is that either you can create a normal account and we can log in with that account, or you can use the account with the email ID. That is also an option they have given, but it is not bound to any domain. Okay. Then we'll move to the GCP. So in GCP, if you want to access a GCP console, you must have a Gmail ID. Without that, you can't log in. So now the question might come, if I have corporate ID, then what I can do? So in case of corporate ID, second example I am given over here. Okay, admin@xyz.com. In that case, I have to create a similar Gmail ID, like this name, and then that Gmail ID I can use to log in into the GCP console. So that is the requirement here. So let's move to the next part about repository. So if I want to store all my accounts, right, in the Azure portal, right, then they have already given me the Azure AD. This is the flat structure. Okay, it doesn't have any levels over here, right? So all the accounts get stored into the Azure AD. Okay, and it is a free of cost. Similarly, in AWS, whatever account you create, all the account get stored into the IAM. It is the identity access management. Okay, and then in GCP also they have given a similar service like IAM, and all the accounts get stored into IAM, but all the accounts are Gmail accounts. So let's move to the next part. What are the offering given to you by the different vendors or different providers? So if I talk about Azure, then they have two services specifically. One is the Azure AD, which comes a default, or I can use the ADDS, which is more feature than the Azure AD. So ADDS is nothing but Active Directory domain service. It's as similar as your on-premises AD. Okay, it has all the features. Then let's move to the AWS. In AWS, you have a AWS managed Microsoft AD. It is again PaaS-based service. When you spin up these services, right, this ADDS as well as the AWS managed Microsoft AD, it creates two private IPs, which is nothing but DNS IPs. Okay, and if you want to join any VM to this domain, then you need to you need to configure that DNS IPs inside your virtual machine, and after that you can add that machine to a domain. Okay, so it is a PaaS-based service. Okay, then we'll move to the GCP. So GCP, if you create an organization, then only you can have a leverage or liberty to use this. Okay, otherwise they also have offering like managed Microsoft AD. Okay, similar in AWS. Okay, similarly you can create enable it, and you can use this to join the machine into domain. So now let's move to the next part about the hybrid connectivity. So in hybrid connectivity, if I want to sync my on-premises accounts or groups or resources with Azure AD, in that case, I can use this tool. I need to download this tool, and I have to download this tool and install this tool into the one of the on-premises machine, and after that I can configure it to sync from on-premises to cloud. And okay, so the syncs by default time is 30 minutes. So the things will happen. So whatever changes you will do on premises, all the changes will get synced into the Azure AD in 30 minutes. If you want to do it faster, you can do it through command line as well. Here in AWS, there is no such service which is used for sync. Okay, but they have given a service like AD connector. So it works as a proxy. If I have any application running inside the AWS, and I have, for that application requirement has the application has requirement to connect to the AD, on-premise AD. So in that case, I can use this AD connector to connect to the on-premises AD. Okay. Now in GCP, they have directory sync, which is used to sync your on-premises AD with the GCP. But this service is specifically for cloud identity. A service into the on-premise machine, and then you can enable it. So all your accounts from on-premises get synced with the cloud identity only. Okay, and then after that it will go. After that you can create an organization to use it. And one more point here is that it is a one-way. It is not two-way. So two-way means if you do any attribute changes onto the cloud, so that changes won't reflect on your on-premise AD. Okay, but here in AD Connect, if you do any changes both ways, either on the AD or on premises, both changes will get synced. Okay, so that is the beauty of the AD Connect in that case. So let's talk about the costing here. So costing is almost same if you go with any service, right? For ADDS, if you want to enable the ADDS for your project, then its cost is around 21,037. Okay, that is for monthly cost. This is for AWS, it costs around 24,000 per month, and for GCP, it costs around 21,000 around per month. Okay, so if its cost is almost similar everywhere. Now there is one more common point here. Okay, for this three cloud provider is that if I don't want to use any PaaS-based service, okay, even though I don't want to use default AD, what option I have? So the common option here is that you can use the AAS-based services where I can spin up one VM, and inside that VM, I can install the Active Directory. Okay, and through that I can control all my accounts through that. Okay, even though I can apply the group policy. You got to know about the Active Directory and what are the offerings they have currently. So this will help you to identify the difference between the three cloud. So thank you for watching it. Please subscribe it if not already, and please give your valuable comments on this video. Bye.